on, do you see that sky out there? My hair is all blown back. Hey, how are you today, folks? Let me get that out of there. How are you today? Yep. Oh, this is Arthur from A Day in Telos, brought to you about the world of the internet from Weed, California. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Is your phone ringing? I don't have my phone. I don't know. Nope. Oh, you might wonder what the church or no church or prophecy would be. Well, I notice that I have some nice shiny 2020 pennies somewhere. Oh, maybe that's it. Man, get that pocket. Oh, I got one. Yay, that's our 2020. And you know, I've been thinking, church or no church or prophecy? Well, let me see. I know with this epidemic, everybody is concerned about money. Money like this, that just flies off my arm. Like this. See? That can be contaminated with all the achoo, or and now it's contaminated. So why do we have money? I mean, I understand that money is just a lot of numbers in the bank account, but I noticed that my pocket is full of these little cards. I don't know if you can see that one. Yeah, it's a rewards card. And this one here is another card. And of course there's this one. And oh, this is my favorite one. The Shasta Club. Yes, sirree. That has all the money that I've lost and all the money I've gained. Oh, here's another one. Look how many cards I got. I even got one for here. Hey, look at that. Oh, here's another one. And they just keep sending me more and more. I like this one. Only it doesn't have any money on it anymore. And this one, if you didn't have this, you couldn't have all these. Oh, check this little gift I got. Yeah. So, I'm into not having money because I can tell you, if every dollar that you touched has been around the world at least one time, how many people have touched it? Now, if you look at $100 bills, and I always wonder why they call them bills when they're supposed to be money. I never could get that one right. You have a bill that's money, and then you have a bill that you have to pay that money to. Is that confusing? It is to me. So, you know, I'm a church-going type of guy, and I like to get dressed up, and I like to do my thing singing. My thing at church is to raise my hands up and sing. And I like singing to Jesus. And you know, the Heavenly Father is right there too. And you know what? The most beautiful thing is being touched by the Holy Spirit. If you don't go to church, you don't know any of that. But if you do go to church, you at least being touched. You got it? So, here we are in church today. I mean, not this moment, but earlier today. And everybody had to wear a mask. Oh my gosh. Even the minister had to wear a mask. And we couldn't understand what he said, so we raised our hands and said, take the mask off so we can see your lips. So he took his mask off and we can see his lips. And we could get all the things that we needed out of this Bible study. You know, the Bible is really good. There's a couple of things in there that really take a lot of prayer to understand. But one of the things that I noticed is that it's getting to the point where everybody's getting sick. What's the common denominator here? Well, the money, this little coin. And how many dollar bills have you handled? And how many other people have handled the same dollar bill? It can go a long way. And anybody that, well, I know $100 bills people like to roll up in. But, you know, that's a $100 bill. And you know what? There are residue of stuff on those $100 bills. I don't know, I'm making it up. I didn't test it, but I've read reports. So if you have 1,000 people that touch the same bill, and they've done wiped their ass, or blown their nose, or coughed in their hand, and then they touch that dollar bill, what are you going to get? You're going to get the same cold residual thing that they have. And that's not a really good thing. Today in this world, look how much this sickness has traveled. And still everybody that is involved with it doesn't want to blame anybody. Don't blame this person, don't blame that person, or that country, or this country. But you know, it's a trap. It's a trap that I see that we're all tying into. Now, if I go around with my mask on, nobody's going to recognize me. So if I put my sunglasses and my hat on, then they won't even know who I was, could have been, or might be. But you know, the one thing I saw at church today was everybody singing on the stage had a mask. Now, you gotta wonder if they're breathing right. Are they getting enough oxygen to be able to sing through that mask? Carry their voice? Well, they did pretty good. I have to admit, I raised myself up out of the chair, and I raised my hands up to the light. And you know what? I was so overcome with the Holy Spirit today that I have to say, listening to upbeat music is really where I like to be. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm learning a couple of songs, and maybe I'll be able to sing for you guys. I don't know. Don't count on it. I'm still learning. But I think I got it down pretty good. You know, I like to do karaoke. And karaoke seems to be a common thing that a lot of people like to do. Because they got the words they have the words to their favorite songs. They can see them with their eyes, and the music plays along with what they want to do. I've seen a lot of people sing some real good songs, and I've seen some people that need some more practice. Well, you know, I had a little lady on my opening show that is from Korea, and she likes to sing. And she throws her voice around, and she jumps, and you'd really be surprised at what she can bring, bellow out of her mouth. It's been quite a thing to see a lot of different people sing the same song. And if they can all sing together along, then they have a sing-a-song. I guess that's what you call it, sing-along song. Excuse me, I have my little friend down here, Mr. Paulo. And he's being shy today, he doesn't want to get in my lap. And so I just, he's right there. Paulo, say hi to the people. Hello. Oh, that's a pretty good voice. Anyway, how you like this wind that we're getting? Wind, the heat, the clouds. I really wonder if we're going to get some more rain or snow up on the higher elevations. I was sitting in this picture window this morning at church, and I was imagining a lenticular going around and around and around on the mountain. And you know, eventually it showed one layer, just one layer, but it showed. And I was thinking, just because I thought this into presence, or did I know that it was going to become a lenticular? Well, I sure do like them. And if you get your binoculars out, you can see each layer go round and round and round and round and round. Each layer is going around. It's really amazing. They're not just up there hanging out, but they're actually spinning each layer. And I've seen as many as 5, 6 layers, and they are just amazing how they do that. It comes in, and then it starts going around, and it builds another one around, and it builds another. And then pretty soon, it just takes off. Oh, there's my favorite little friend. Hey, Paulo, say hi. Are you going to wiggle your ear? Say hi, Paulo. You know, this guy is my first alert dog. So if he ever come up on me when I have my back turned, or if I'm doing something and I'm not hearing somebody come up on me, this little guy here, he will bark and he will let me know that somebody's about to walk up on me. Or I like it when he senses a friend coming to visit me, he'll go to the door. Because for some reason, he has this knowing sense that a friend is coming so he can greet. I didn't quite get it all there, but he does tell me when somebody that he knows is even pulling into a parking lot that I'm in at the park. Well, one time when I was just getting used to him, he showed me quite a number of intelligent things that he can do. Like, he'll sit, he'll shake, he'll slap you 5. Sometimes he'll slap me 10, but we don't go there. And you know what? He's just a darling little guy. Hi, Paulo. I think he's asleep. I know. Some of my shows are a little exaggerated, but I like it. You like the way I come out of the mountain? I like it. You know what? That wasn't just a thought up thing. I had to think about it. I had to think what I wanted to do in my shows. Well, today is church or no church. Or is that a prophecy? Well, in all of the prophecies, it actually tells us to go to church because there will be a day that we won't be able to. And in this time of sickness that everybody is so afraid of getting and dying, I do believe that there's a cause why people aren't going to church. It's because they don't want to get sick. You know what? I'd rather go outside and play in the sun and go for a hike with Paulo and myself. We go to several different hikes during the daytime. One of the places that I like along the Siskiyou Lake. Now it goes 7.5 miles all the way around it. And when you clear your eyes out, that's a long ways. I don't think a lot of people realize that unless they've done it a couple of times. Now on a bicycle, it takes you a couple of hours to get through there, but on a walk, I don't know, I can walk a mile in about 45 minutes an hour. So you figure that. If you can walk, that's how long it's going to take you to get around there. Another really cool place is on, if you go on Lake Street and you take a right over the freeway and you go up to Old Stage, you take a right, and they get a perfect number about, well, just past the fish hatchery on your right-hand side. And it's about a mile along the stream there. It goes into the fish hatchery. It's all covered with ferns and trees and doggy smells. I have a heck of a time sometimes. I have to make Paulo go in front of me so I don't walk away from him. Because when he's in back of me, I'm just so involved with all the greenery and the flowers. You know, the yellow and the purple ones are really awesome right now. Even some of the weeds have got some pretty flowers on them. And when he's behind me, I know I've walked 100 steps, turned around, and can't find him. If I whistle and clap my hands, he's apt to come running because he knows that's his call. Now, what's nice about that is the dogs get plenty of water, fresh sunshine, and they don't get sick. Knock on wood. I get a lot of exercise, and I've actually thinned down a little bit from the winter time, and I'm sure glad for that. Now, I just want to put everybody on notice that I have a doctor's appointment on the 30th. And my issue is the kidneys are only filtering 20%. There was a tumor in my parathyroid at one time that was causing the high calcium in my blood level. So, of course, the kidneys have got to do extra work to clear it out. Well, it seemed like it was doing all right, but after the chemo, after having leukemia and taking the chemo, I noticed that it was a lot different, that my kidneys were actually starting to fail even worse than they had. So this coming Tuesday, I'll know if they're going to set me up on dialysis, or if your prayers have touched my soul and I'm healed. Can you imagine that, being healed from something like that? I believe it can do. I believe it can do. If you just believe, and then you put your faith in front of you, and you drink plenty of water, and eat your vegetables and your fruits. I don't like to do too much meat, but I do need to have protein. And that's another subject we'll get into, the eat right for your blood type. You know, there's 4 basic blood types. There's A, AB, O, and B. And all those are things you have to look at that you're allergic to. And this book really does help you to understand what things are you allergic to. Like, most people are going to be allergic to wheat. I know my dog, if I give him something that has wheat in it, or even gluten, Gluten. Why did they put gluten in dog food? I just don't understand that. Especially when they know that most of the dogs are allergic to it. One time, I was giving him, not knowing it, something that had gluten in it, and he broke out in hives, and he was miserable for weeks until I really sat down with him and asked him, what is the problem here? And he told me, Papa, you got gluten in my food and I'm allergic to it. And I was like, whoa, that came from your lips? Well, actually, it comes from his mind. And he actually told me, so I looked at this little can of dog food. It had gluten in it. Now, the other dog food that was in that same little box didn't have gluten. So why would they mix that? Yeah, I think there's a lawsuit that needed to be hit on these companies that think that wheat and gluten and corn and a couple of the other stuff that will break out a dog. Not a happy ending because they're scratching all the night and scratching all the day until you eliminate that particular thing. So what we got? 5 more minutes. All right. Well, hey, you know what? I don't know. I had a thought there for a moment. Let me see. Well, if you've never been down here to Siskiyou Media Council, what timing is it to do that sometime? You know, we're only here on Sundays, and you're only here on invitation. So if you want somebody to invite you, you got to let us know. Oh, and I want to thank you, people, for stopping me at the stores and saying you love my show, especially coming out of the mountain. That took an ingenious little bit of green screen. And that's not the type you put on your hand. But you know, if you did, you'd probably be invisible all the way. All right. So hopefully this weather will mellow out and we don't have as much wind, but not as much heat. I like going up to the mountain, Bunny Flats, and that's a pretty well solution to the heat. Because at Bunny Flats, it can be 10 degrees cooler, maybe 15. Anyway, summer is here and it's hot on. And I was wondering, my sister's in Tucson, Arizona. I wonder how hot on it is there. All right, I got just about a minute left. And Paulo is just rolling over. He got his ear perked. Paulo. Hey, he's alive. I like you, Paulo. Say hi to everybody. Anyway, I think I'll call this in for the moment. And maybe next week or next time I'm on the show, I'll have more than just my dog with me. I said that bleep, bleep, bleep. That's it, folks. It's from Weed, California. MCTV 15, Siskiyou Media Council.org, and Channel 4. All those tune into me and them. The rest of the people here. I'm not the only one that talks. All right. But I'm going to work on my singing, and hopefully you'll love it. All right, everybody. I got to say bye for now. And enough of this windy, windy day and cloud.